everyone, welcome to Nasar's World. This video is going to be about one of my favorite topics, atom. So, in today's video, I will tell you about a brief history of atom. Stay tuned and watch till the end. So, let's get started. The existence of atom has been proposed since ancient times around 2,500 years ago. Greek philosopher Democritus questioned himself, could an object be divided into smaller and smaller pieces forever? He believed that after a certain point we can't divide more. So, there is a limit to the number of times an object could be divided. That indivisible single solid part was called atomos, so tiny that the human eye can't detect them. According to his ideas, everything is made up of this indivisible matter and corner an infinite amount of varieties, like different shapes and sizes. Difference in shape and size determines the properties of matter. During the period of Democritus, an Indian philosopher, Archarya Kanad, proposed the same concept, that an object cannot be divisible into smaller parts after a certain level, and that the indivisible tiny matter comes in different varieties. He named that tiny smallest matter Anu. These earlier philosophical ideas were mere speculations and there was no way to test them experimentally. The word atomos and Anu were used in many philosophical books in later years. However, these ideas remained inactive for a very long time. Anu equals to molecules and Pramanu equals to atom. The atomic theory of matter was first proposed on a scientific basis by a British school teacher, John Dalton, in 1808. He proposed that all matter is made up of atoms, which are invisible, with the smallest part being a solid sphere and messy particles. Even atom of a given element is the same as every other atom of that element. For example, in gold, there are gold atoms, and all gold atoms in that element have the same size, mass, and their properties. He also noted that the atoms of one element differ from the atoms of other elements, meaning that there are various types of atoms, with each type having different properties such as mass, chemical reactions, boiling points, or melting points. A sodium atom is not the same as carbon atom. He briefly explained the law of conservation of mass and the law of constant composition at atom level. In 1789, Anton Lavoisier introduced the law of the conservation of mass, which states that the mass is neither created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction. For example, if we add 8 grams of milk with 8 grams of coffee powder, we would get 16 grams of coffee. Here, the mass remained the same, conserved after the chemical reaction. The same concept was explained by Dalton using atoms. He stated that atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Since atoms cannot be destroyed, the same mass will remain after a chemical reaction. Now, let's take 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.00784 and for oxygen 15.999. So when combined, we will get a water molecule with a weight of 18.01468. This weight is the same for all water molecules. Hence, the total mass of all the atoms before the reaction must equal the total mass of all atoms after the reaction. Another important law that was easily explained by Dalton is the law of constant composition, or the law of definite proportion. The law states that when different elements are involved in a chemical reaction, they are always combined by a fixed ratio. For example, 1 gram of water always has 0.1 gram of hydrogen and 0.9 gram of oxygen. Therefore, The mass ratio of water is 1:9. This can be explained with the number of atoms. If we add 8 hydrogen atoms with 8 oxygen atoms, we will get 4 water molecules. Here, 1 water molecule contains 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen atoms. The remaining 4 oxygen atoms will be left over, so the water molecule fixed ratio by atom is 2:1. These ratios are fixed and unchangeable. With the help of Dalton's atomic theory in later years, most of the atom's mass and many molecules' fixed composition ratios were found. However, he concluded that atoms are spherical, solid, indivisible, and the final ultimate particles. This statement was followed for many years until one of the greatest discoveries happened in science. So guys, this is all for today. I will continue this topic on the second part of this video, which I will upload very soon. So, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you are the first one to know when did I upload any video. See you! Bye!